20 yards with my crossbow.
So we all want to know what's wrong with me, right? Right.
I just want to talk about some EDC today.
My fire went out last night. Oh, you guys want to talk a minute while I'm breaking sticks up for tomorrow morning? It's supposed to rain tonight, so I want to make sure that I've got enough sticks to at least wake up and make my coffee and my, I'm going to call it peach cobbler oatmeal. I use a pack of the cinnamon and spice oatmeal and a pack of like peaches and cream oatmeal, and I swear to God, it tastes like peach cobbler. It's awesome. So you guys want to know how HalfPace got started? Like how the idea became? I'm in a couple trapping groups, and about 4 years ago, I made a post asking if there was, I think I had a video of riding in my little trapping cart, and I had stunt pulling us back to the truck because I was just, we went like 5-6 miles that day and just nothing but mud and snow, and I was whipped. I was wore out, and I mean, it was a good 3/4 of a mile trek back to the truck. So I hopped in the cart and I had stunt pull us back, and I took a video of it and I posted it in the trapping group, and I asked if there was any other disabled trappers out there and how they got around. And I got a few responses, and most of the guys, I mean, kind of what you would expect, a four-wheeler or a side-by-side, but they like went crazy over, not in a bad way, like I got so many compliments for my constitution on staying out in the woods. It was cool. So this one guy, and I don't know whatever happened to him. He was on my friends list for a long time, and then he just up and disappeared. And I'm horrible at remembering names. Especially if I don't talk to you on a consistent basis, I won't remember your name. And I'm working on that. But he replied in the comments about how he was working on this. He was working on getting this thing called ExoSim or IDEO. And what it is it's a kinetic powered brace. It works in a lot of the same. I'm hearing a four-wheeler if you guys keep seeing me look around. It's a kinetic powered AFO, which is like a leg brace or a foot brace. And I'm supposed to wear one, but I never have. I wore one while I wore a brace while I was going through physical rehab, and I never wore one after that. And I have foot drop. That's why I trip a lot. So he left a comment that he was working on getting this thing called ExoSim, and that I should look into it. And so I did. And you have to, like, there's only one clinic that I'm aware of in the entire United States, and it's all the way out in Washington State. It's on the opposite side of the country from me. So HalfPace Outdoors started as the HalfPace Woodsman. because I was going to like I was gonna blog my journey to get ExoSim, to get the ExoSim. So that's how it started. And yeah, I mean, it's not that I stopped chasing after that, because I still am. It's just the cost that it takes, because it is not, the whole entire ordeal cost close to $20,000. So it's not something, we're still working for that. It's just going to be a long time yet. So yeah, HalfPace Outdoors started as the HalfPace Woodsman to kind of blog my journey for ExoSim, which has turned into this. And we're still chasing after it. I have to, the hardest part about it is getting back into Cleveland Clinic to see my neurologist, the spinal doctor. And I mean, I'll be honest, you know, when you're like 10 years into dealing, I hate saying dealing with, you'll hear me correct myself every time. I don't deal with my spinal cord injury. I live with it, okay? So, you know, when you live with something like this for 10 years, it's hard to imagine being able to function on a somewhat normal level again. And it's funny, my wife asked me about this last night too. She said, how does it feel to remember being normal? And because I was not always like this. You know, I didn't have my surgeries until my first one was in 2004. I think I was 15. And then my second one, I was 17 years old. I got out of rehab 2 days before my 18th birthday. Physical rehab. So, yeah, like, and I had a hard time answering that. And I think it's because I have some type of detachment from that. Cameron, if you're watching this, please don't take any offense to this. I'm not bashing on anybody who deals with depression in their life, because I fully understand that some people have depression, you know, especially if you've been through any kind of this. It's hard to get that out of your head and get back to living. But that's not something that I've ever really had a hard time with. I don't focus on the bad, and I don't focus on, you know, this is how life was. Like, don't get me wrong, when I think back to before all of it, it's heartbreaking, and that's why I don't think about it. I live too positively. It's a survivor mindset. It really is. That's entirely what it is. I don't let the bad rule my life. I look at everything good. You know? I mean, I gotta use catheters. Big deal. And if you don't, I'm sure that you're sitting there going, oh, like, I'll tell you what, when I went back to having to use catheters after like because I had to use them for the good, I don't know, 2 or 3 years after surgery, and then I thought that I was urinating on my own just fine, and it took 10 years for it to happen, but I almost blew my kidneys out because I wasn't emptying my bladder like I thought. So when I had to get back into using catheters, I the first time I had to use one, passed out, right in my bathroom, just done. So you gotta, I don't know, but it goes back to that survivor mindset. You gotta do what you gotta do to live your life, and that's where I'm at. I don't focus on all the bad shit. And hey, if my mouth offends anybody, guys, I'm done trying to censor myself. I'm not gonna run around dropping the F-bomb all day long, because I think that would, and I'm not speaking against the guys who do. Hey, you talk the way you talk. But I think that would take away from my message. Survivor mindset. Focus on the good that you have going on. Don't be so stuck in what used to be. Look at what can be. This is what can be. You know, I have 2 homes. The woods and wherever my wife is. My wife is home. Okay. I quit breaking sticks up a few minutes ago, so I think I got enough for the morning, because like I said, when we get done here in the morning, I gotta tear down camp, get back to the house, get cleaned up for the chiropractor, and then I'll probably swap dogs. Excuse me. I'll probably swap dogs and take Stunt to AEP with me. My dogs take turns going out if I can. Sometimes, Stunt's my heavy worker, so there's times where I just need him, and there's other times where I need Sydney, and I don't really need Stunt. I'm not talking bad on you. You're a good girl. I always need you. Which, guys, I didn't want to be another YouTube channel oh, here's my dog, let my dog make my channel. I legit have to have them. If I'm not carrying a 10 pound or I'll even be fair. If I'm not carrying 15 pounds or less, I need my dogs to take some of the weight. Otherwise, my hips wear out, and then I can't be out doing what I love to do. So I truly rely on my dogs. They're not just, oh, hey, look at my dog, isn't it cool? Subscribe to the channel so we can watch them. I don't know. What? Which is why I don't have my dogs in every video. I don't need them for everything. You guys have seen that. I'll leave them at home if I don't have to have them out here. They enjoy being out here as much as I do, but sometimes I need to be completely alone. There is a power in solitude that and this comes from a meme too, like there is a power in solitude that many men will never be able to handle. Maybe the reason why I'm not that great of an inspirational, why I don't think I'm that great of an inspirational speaker, is because I don't have a lot of negativity for me to focus on and try to overcome. I've got physical issues that I have to overcome. And I think that there's a really big difference between physical and mental obstacles. And mental obstacles are like, that's a whole other level. Okay, I'm done philosophizing. Being philosophical? I'm done being philosophical. We're going to stick with philosophizing. I'm done philosophizing.